In the heart of the ancient kingdom of Eldoria, where lush valleys met towering mountains, the air crackled with tension as the dragon war loomed on the horizon. Tatsuya, a young warrior with a heart as fierce as the flames of the dragons that soared above, stood at the precipice of a decision that would alter the fate of both humanity and the mythical creatures he had admired since childhood. The sun dipped low, casting an amber glow over the land, illuminating the scars of war that marred the once peaceful realm. Tatsuya had grown up listening to the tales of the great dragons, their scales shimmering in hues of emerald and sapphire, their roars echoing through the skies like thunder. To him, they were not mere beasts of legend, but majestic beings, guardians of the realm and keepers of ancient wisdom. However, as the whispers of conflict spread like wildfire, the bond between man and dragon began to fray. The elders spoke of betrayal and bloodshed, of dragons turning against their human counterparts, and the air was thick with fear and suspicion. As the war drums beat, Tatsuya found himself standing at the crossroads of destiny. He had been raised in a village that revered dragons, where stories of their bravery and honor were woven into the very fabric of their lives. Yet the reality of the impending war forced him to confront a harsh truth: loyalty to his kin or allegiance to the creatures he revered. The Council of Elders had summoned him, urging him to take up arms against the dragons, to protect humanity from what they deemed a treacherous threat. But deep within his heart, he felt a different calling. One fateful night, Tatsuya ventured into the Whispering Woods, a sacred place where the veil between worlds was thin and the spirits of dragons lingered. The moon hung high, casting a silver light that danced among the trees. It was here that he hoped to find guidance, to seek the counsel of a dragon who might help him navigate the tumultuous waters of his heart. As he wandered deeper into the woods, the air grew thick with magic, and he felt a presence envelop him. From the shadows emerged Kalith, a dragon of immense size, his scales glistening like molten gold. His eyes, deep and wise, pierced through Tatsuya's soul. "You seek answers, young warrior," Kalith rumbled, his voice resonating like distant thunder. "But the path you tread is fraught with peril. The war is not simply a battle of strength. It is a clash of ideologies, a struggle for understanding." Tatsuya's heart raced as he stood before the magnificent creature. "But how can I choose? My people are afraid, and they look to me for leadership. If I do not fight, I betray them. Yet to raise my sword against you feels like a betrayal of my own spirit." Kalith regarded him with a mixture of pity and admiration. "To choose is to embrace the complexity of existence. The dragons are not your enemies. They are beings of great power and wisdom, much like humanity. But fear clouds judgment, and hatred breeds destruction. You must find a way to bridge the divide, to forge a new path where both can coexist." With those words echoing in his mind, Tatsuya returned to his village, the weight of his decision pressing heavily upon him. As the days turned into weeks, the tension escalated. Skirmishes broke out in the skies above, where dragons clashed with human warriors, the air filled with the acrid scent of smoke and the cries of the fallen. Tatsuya watched in despair, torn between loyalty to his people and the understanding that violence would only lead to more violence. In a moment of clarity, Tatsuya resolved to take a stand. He gathered the bravest souls in his village, those who shared his vision of unity. Together, they crafted a plan to seek out a truce, to negotiate peace with the dragons. Armed with nothing but their courage and a message of hope, they set out to the Dragon's Peak, a sacred mountain where dragons convened to settle their disputes. As they ascended the rocky path, the air grew colder, and the winds howled like angry spirits. Tatsuya's heart beat fiercely in his chest, each step echoing his resolve. Upon reaching the summit, they were met by a council of dragons, their eyes filled with suspicion and disdain. Tatsuya stepped forward, his voice steady despite the fear that threatened to consume him. "We come not to fight, but to seek understanding," he proclaimed, his words ringing out against the vast expanse of sky. "We are not your enemies. We are bound by this land, and together we can forge a future free from bloodshed." The dragons regarded him with a mix of skepticism and intrigue, Kalith emerged from the shadows, his gaze piercing yet contemplative. You speak of unity, yet your kind has drawn swords against us. What assurance do we have that your intentions are genuine? Tatsuya took a deep breath, drawing upon the strength of his convictions. I offer my life as a pledge. If I fail to bring peace, then take me as your prisoner. But if we succeed, let us create a new alliance where dragons and humans stand together against the true enemies that threaten our world. A tense silence enveloped the gathering, the weight of Tatsuya's words hanging in the air. Finally, Kalith nodded, a slow smile breaking across his formidable face. You possess the heart of a true leader, Tatsuya. Let us speak then and weave a new tale for our people, one that honors both dragon and man. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a golden hue across the sky, Tatsuya felt a flicker of hope ignite within him. The path ahead would be fraught with challenges, but in that moment, he realized that the true battle was not against dragons or humanity, but against the fear that had long divided them. Together they would rise, not as enemies, but as allies, ready to face whatever darkness lay ahead, united in the promise of a brighter dawn. Thanks for watching, guys. Please don't forget to subscribe Universal Stories by UKB.